Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson, and this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and how to make your mark on history, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern-day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with That Bridge I Burned from Extreme Honey, the very best of the Warner Brother years, released in 1997. And then again on the All This Useless Beauty Rhino reissue, released in 2001. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. This piece might sound hopeful, and it might sound melancholy or journalistic or personal. It might sound completely upbeat or even downtrodden. Regardless of its true intent, it's an unusual Elvis Costello piece, as it sounds, at least in the beginning, to be a first-person account without much mitigation, rather than offbeat and compelling characters who typically inhabit his melodic worlds. He's speaking in the first person about events that seem to unfold before him personally, as opposed to the misdirection of, say, New Amsterdam, which was written in the actual Netherlands. That Bridge I Burned is inescapably set in New York City. I'm walking in Times Square in the electric daylight. The sailors on shore leave stand out in their perfect whites. I'm up here with my spying glass at the window up above. For better or for worse, it's a perverse universe, my love. With an AABB structure that might be thrown into doubt by virtue of a mondegrin, this first verse places the action without obfuscation in the heart of New York City's Midtown. This first-person narration is unusual enough that it makes the listener instantly take notice. What exactly is being revealed in this piece? The words, as put down on the invaluable Elvis Costello wiki page after I'm up here with my spying glass, are at the window up above. My ears, however, have always heard at the windows on the world, a reference to the doomed restaurant atop the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The rhyme structure as mentioned, AABB, as in daylight and white and above and love, suggests I'm in the wrong, and I stand very much corrected. Nevertheless, the sentimentality of it dictates that I continue to sing the words I've heard, regardless of initial intent. Now I know I should have never walked over the bridge I burned. Now I know, somehow, I don't feel so alone. Can it be as simple as infidelity, a fling, or about a falling off some sort of wagon that has charged this lament in this spectacular mixed metaphor? There's no going back from a burnt bridge, of course, so why then would someone feel less alone? I love the thought of mutually agreed upon debauchery, if in fact that's what's going on here. As I've mentioned many times before, I'm here to dance among the fields of beautiful words, not proclaim the meaning behind each sentiment. Then again, it might be as simple as letting off a little steam whilst leaving a record label one record short. And remember to flee far away from the unbridled and the impudent, the malicious and the unlucky, for these, being full of bad demons, are maleficent, and like leopards and people stricken with plague, they harm not only by touch, but even by proximity and by sight. Dig it. This quote is credited to the 15th century Italian philosopher Marsilio Ficino on the Elvis Costello wiki page, as well as many other sources. Mr. Google, however, only returns results of this quote directly to Mr. Costello himself. Ficino was a Neoplatonic and early contributor to the discipline of modern philosophy. It is said that he was a huge proponent of ensuring the dignity of souls found between two planes. I'm not sure if this exactly reconciles the quote itself. I'm more inclined to believe it's an Elvis Costello original. The exhilarating "dig it" heard at the end of the quote inspires me to this day. As Pablo Picasso or someone equally as insightful once said, good artists borrow, great artists steal. It's not just the garbled, repeated line at the end of each verse. It's been transformed into a vaunted exclamation that seems to take incredible self-confidence to shout at any moment, let alone in a non sequitur way, immediately following a profound excoriation of lurking evil. That's why I've borrowed it twice in every episode of Slow Drag with Remedy. It helps to bookend the confidence I want to project while looking into Mr. Costello's genius words and phrases. You mutter underneath your breath. It echoes round the world. Everybody comes from nowhere. There is hope. It loops up in the air. The rhyme, intertwined in a lovely loose manner in this three-line bridge, is staggering. World and where, and then where and air. The sentiment itself sounds like a familiar lament of the famous who can so often be taken out of context, not wanting to linger in this fashion perhaps. A more perplexed worldview emerges. Everybody comes from nowhere. It's a hallmark of New Yorkers. Before settling back into something objectively optimistic, hope that loops up in the air. You said I used to be handsome if you screwed up your eyes. Professors and vampires drank up all the tears I cried. Now there's a bird at my window. He beats upon the pane, and sometimes he sings to me, a mocking bird in the twilight of infamy. Mr. Costello's use of the word pain is always an inspiring move in the few pieces they appear, namely, come by and smash my pain from my blue window on When I Was Cruel. The mention of the pain in this piece, immediately following the exploitation of a mental pain after a personal insult, brings many different emotions to the forefront all at once. As with the bridge, the narrator touches upon the negative, then quickly brings it back around to the more hopeful, depending on how you might qualify what the twilight of infamy actually means. Now I know I should have never walked over the bridge I burned. Now I know I don't feel so alone. Now I know I should have never walked over the bridge I burned. Now I know they've burned one sinner and the others are selling firewood. Dig it. Again, this has been a slow drag with That Bridge I Burned from 2001's All This Useless Beauty Rhino reissue, as well as the earlier Extreme Honey, the very best of the Warner Brothers years. I'd say Prince's refusal is certainly his loss and every Elvis Costello fan's gain. It's a well-known fact that there isn't a cover that Mr. Costello hasn't made exponentially better. Well, I say fact, but I'm sure I mean opinion. That Bridge I Burned is a piece that situates itself at cultural and emotional crossroads. It's used the first-person present tense to capture a moment in history. All that's left to say, perhaps, is dig it. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Thank you for listening. Other gems from all this useless beauty you'll enjoy a slow drag with are episode 9, Grace and Virtue. It's a slow drag with all this useless beauty. Episode 23, False and Lovely Modesty. A slow drag with Little Atoms. Episode 56, Pure Illuminated Sweetness. That's a slow drag with Distorted Angel. Episode 61, A Pirate's Cutlass. It's a slow drag with Poor Fractured Atlas. And episode 76, Sweet Smoldering Scent. That's a slow drag with Starting to Come to Me. You can find me on social media in all the usual places. Just search for my name, Remedy Robinson, or the name of my podcast, Slow Drag with Remedy. Follow me on Mastodon at remedyathome.social. Also, please visit slowdragwithremedy.com for companion transcripts and other useful information. And as always, thank you for helping to get the word out about this little passion project. Truly, it means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with Remedy.